What is going on, people? We are back to back to back. We're live right again here because we're going to get the Olympics after party going, man. I'm just going to wait for all of the other co-hosts popping up in here. And this is the after party, guys. This is a lot less formal, right? This is fun. You guys should, I don't know, crack open a beer. It's Thursday night. It's close enough to the weekend. Maybe tequila if you're about it. Look at that. We got Mr. Daniel Quijano. What's going on, baby?
What's going on, man? How's everything? Pardon my chewing.
Your set is looking fantastic, man.
Appreciate you, man. I'm trying to get it right. I spent enough time sitting at this desk. I may as well make it look nice.
Well, you know, that blackboard in the back, that's like the staple of the Daniel Q. Nobody else has that. That's just you.
I love that's honestly, that was one of my thoughts. I was like, what can I do that nobody else has? And so we ran with this. I'm like scared to erase this because my lady put it together for me and she has better handwriting than me. So I should probably redo it because it's got all the dust around it. But yeah, I mean, don't mess with perfection, I guess.
It looks good, man. We got Mr. Max in minutes. What's up, baby? How you doing?
I'm good, bro. How you doing? Q, look at you, man. Looking all wonderful. Look, Liam looking proper as always.
He looks dapper, doesn't he? Got the hair down, got the suit right.
Y'all don't even see this desk. This thing is a $30,000 solid mahogany desk. You see, there's like leather. It's got gold inlay in it. This is like the centerpiece of the whole room.
Me and Max
I have the Costco stand-up glass top for $300 that I bought.
Swear to God, I got one of those right over there, bro.
Oh, the white one?
I had one of those. I know exactly what you're talking about. I had one of those for a long time.
Yeah, they're nice though, man. I like it.
They work, dude. They're sturdy. Costco makes
mahogany. Can't be mahogany, pimp.
This thing was heavy, man. I had to get like 6 movers to get this thing up to my apartment.
Damn. Nice, man. So what's up, fellas? Crazy show.
Crazy show. Right? What did you guys think of the competition? Who was your guys' favorites?
I have an easy answer for this, so I'm gonna let Max go first.
I know what he's gonna say, so don't even let him say it. Don't even let him. I'm just kidding. You know, when I looked at the flyer, bro. I'm gonna give a political answer here. When I looked at the flyer, honestly, I even commented. You can go to the Closer Olympics page on Instagram, and I put killers. I said this is a great lineup, and so I know 3 of those guys personally. So I know Jamar, I know Guy, and I also know Tyson. And so I've seen Jen, you know, through some of the stuff that Q's doing. And so I was like, man, these guys. So really for me, it was more like it's whoever makes the less mistakes, right? I always say that when people ask who do you think is going to win the game? Who do you think is going to win the fight? It's whoever makes the less mistakes. And, you know, and sometimes you get the lucky KO punch too as well. I mean, we have to throw that in there, right? Like, you know, I'm a big boxing fan. So, but I didn't have like one favorite. I like the lineups of that you guys that the Closer Olympics set up for this last one. This is the last one, right?
We got one more.
Oh, we got one more. That's right. This. Okay, yep. Cool.
For today, actually, no. Let's get Daniel. Let's get his opinion here.
Yeah. So mine was definitely Jen going into it. Shout out to all of the other fellas that came out here and competed today. You said it best at the end, Liam, right? This is not easy. Anybody who, I don't care how good you are, I don't care how much experience you have. The second you got everybody watching you and there's a timer on there, things change, right? I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
So big shout out to everybody who came out there. I've known Jen for a number of years. We've been working with her a lot the last couple of weeks. Her, myself, Munif, and then some other people have been going live and just practicing with her, just helping her kind of fine tune all the things that she needed to do. So she definitely put the work in. A lot of people know this, but I've been doing competitions like this in the sub 2 community for years, well before I was even in the Closers Olympics. And she actually won one of my competitions. So nice. She's definitely a skilled person. And it's tough, right? To Max's point, a contract's a contract. I would love to see if there's a way to get Jen still in here because I genuinely believe as great as everybody did today, it's my opinion, Jen was the toughest performer out there. And I would almost say no question.
For me coming into it today, my guy Tyson was definitely my number one. I've been seeing him all over TikTok. He's been putting the hours in, solid sales process. But for actual performance today, I got to agree that my favorite was Gen 2. She just didn't find that right seller to get that contract locked up. She lost on the points, but I think that in displaying skill set, she came out on top for me today.
Yeah. So I'm gonna change my answer here up a little bit because, like I said, going into before it started, I didn't have a favorite, and then after obviously it ended, I felt like Jen stood out, right, for sure. I called Daniel right afterwards, so me and Daniel got on the phone and gave him some feedback and stuff. Obviously, I'm not, he did a phenomenal job. Him and Munif, there's no like trying to improve upon what they do, but I actually just told him, hey, I like what I saw. Amazing stuff. Like, one of the things that I would love to see her do more, and I shared this with Daniel a little bit, is to slow the conversation down just a little bit and then go through the progressions and then have the conversation become more conversational than thinking about what to ask next. And I get it, guys. Like, I get everyone that's watching here. Listen, it's easier said than done when that shot clock's going tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, right? It's tough, but this is a competition. I know that she practiced for it, but overall, bro, it's like 9 out of 10 for her. So yeah.
That's something I say all the time. Don't focus on what you're saying next. Focus on responding to the seller. That's it. Listen to what they have to say. Take a moment to understand it. Respond to it. Don't just have another question loaded in the chamber. That's something that some people at the very end of the spectrum is just checklisting. You're just going down the box, another box, another box, another box.
Yeah, one of my models is always acknowledge and always address the seller's question and concern. Always. And not just by going and then asking your next question, right? Either you're going to repeat it back, or you're going to mirror it, or you're going to label it, one of the two, but allowing the response from the seller, because then that gives you an opportunity to be at least 2 to 3 steps forward, ahead, not forward, ahead of the seller. What's up, Munif?
As long as you have a direction. Oh yeah, we got Mr. Munif up in here. What's up? Oh, he's got all the sub 2 gear on. Look at him, man.
Oh.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is how I dress at home. I was literally just
trying to pull one on us. What's going on over here?
Man, you guys all got cool sets. Munif's got his neon sign, his name on it. Is it a bat?
Yeah, it's a neon sign.
Got a
right
bat,
there. It's a baseball bat.
Are you gonna be grabbing that bat?
Yeah, one of my business partners is a former pro MLB player. And so he, on our first deal together, he gave me a signed custom baseball bat.
Daniel, is that you got a sub 2 hat on?
No, this is one of my hats. It's you can't really see it from the front, but it's for my sales boot camps.
There we go, man, dude. So you're just launching that, huh? And by the way, before that, everybody in the chat, whatever you guys want us to do, if you want us to make some dials, you just want us to talk sales, give us some ideas for what you want us to do. We're free. We're open to it. So give us some ideas, but otherwise.
I have a question. I want to start a conversation. Hey, Munif, what are you doing different this time than you did the last time for the Closer Olympics?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Well, I have more time to prepare, for sure. So that's super helpful. What I'm doing different is when I went into the Closers Olympics last time, I was a lead manager mostly.
Okay.
So you could see that in the conversations I had. I spent way more time building rapport. I spent a lot of time, just nurturing. Now I'm going into it. A lot of the leads I deal with have been managed, have been nurtured. The pain has been extracted, and I'm really coming in at the end to get the deal done. And it's almost coming at it from a very different way, like literally from the other side. And I'm having to relearn some of the fundamentals of nurturing because, when I have a lot of these closing calls now, it might be somebody saying, hey, look, I've talked to the seller. We're close, but can you help me take this to the finish line? That's where I come in and I'll negotiate. And what I'm doing differently now is now I've closed more deals since last time. I'm practicing taking out the extraneous things from my approach and then adding the pieces that were missing on the lead management side that maybe I haven't been using for the past year.
Interesting. I love that, bro. That's freaking awesome.
I'm excited to see it, man, because you came out blazing your trail last year.
You did. Yeah, it was amazing to see that. I love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, thanks.
Yo, guys, I think that the people in the comments have spoken. They want to see some dials. What I'll do,
Damn.
I got a list of a whole bunch of leads here. What I'll do is I'll just pop them in the chat. We can just kind of go round robin. I'll keep facilitating. I got some stuff to work on my side. I'll keep facilitating, keep it moving, and just get some dials in, get some comments on the dials. What's good, what's bad. Just get these people some stuff that's working. Who wants to start off here? Who's breaking the ice?
If you don't mind, if I can start, because I actually have to go soon. So I would love to start if I may.
All right, dude. Kill it. There it is. It's in the chat right there.
I don't think everybody realizes the treat they're in for. They get to see Munif Saza make the first dials tonight. That's a W by itself.
Oh,
Munif Prime, man. He's married. He's got a kid. He's got a mustache. Like, this is, you know, Pokemon. They go, you know, you got the Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. Munif went from, you know, he was Charmander. Then he got married and he was like, okay, that's, you know, Charmeleon. But then all of a sudden, boom, kid and mustache. That's a fucking level up.
When I see Munif, I always want to tell him, like, bro, you grew up. What's going on?
You know,
what's up, James?
Closers Olympics will do that to you. It'll put some hair on your face. You know. What's up?
It's funny. I saw when I was coming to the iSpeedToLead YouTube, right? Like, you see the highlighted video is Munif on there with RJ with like no facial hair. And it was like, wow, there's Munif in middle school, and now look at him all grown up with a family.
Question. I'm gonna call the seller. Question about this. What website?
Cash offer option. Yeah, my bad. I didn't grab the site.
Some
Cash
of them are
option though.
We have like a bunch of those brands now, Liam. So we should start.
This one, yeah. No, I got it. I have it exported. When I grabbed the copy and paste, I didn't grab it, so it's in there.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't need it, but it's helpful to just know.
It is. Yeah. Some people ask it.
Every little bit of rapport. If you're in there and you don't know who you're calling from or what they filled out, just a little bit of trust you got to earn back.
I just want to call that lady back and tell her about this program about suing or about getting money for vaccine mistakes.
Yeah, that was.
Can't let that shit go.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. That's messed up. Jeez.
Imagine that, right? Like, imagine being in her situation. That's such a tough circumstance.
Yeah.
So cash offer options, is that the name?
Cash offer.
I'll put it in the chat.
Oh, you're
Hey, Liam, can you put the next lead? I'll go next after.
Sure.
Okay. When you.
Hi, you've reached my cell phone. I'm unable to. Hi, you've reached my cell phone.
It does one ring and goes to voicemail. I'm gonna try it a third time.
Hi, you've reached my cell phone.
No, I think it's a bust for right now.
Mooney, pop down and just grab that second one. We got more than enough of these.
Cool.
I'll just put a new one in there for Mr. Max. Robert saying, so who is losing to RJ in the Closers Olympics after today's qualifier?
Wow.
It remains to be seen, man. He's putting in some prep work. That's what's scary, man. If he wasn't sharp before, fuck.
I think if you didn't compete or enter the running up, I think you lost already. This is my point.
Here's the thing. I think that's something that's really important that people really don't give RJ enough credit for. Like, there's people in here who run good businesses and are not on the phones every day, right?
Yep.
RJ's on the phone every single day.
Yeah. That's what I was sharing with you, right, Daniel? Like, when I competed the last time, I wasn't on the phones, right? Like, I was going to in-house appointments. I would get on high-level calls. But this year, I mean, like, even with my show, the Closers Live Experience, I've been, I don't know, I'm on my 15th episode now. I do about 4 hours of calls. And so, I mean, it's made a difference for sure, man. Like, you know, this whole year, pretty much, doing the show every Friday and then moving into this the daily.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's going to make a difference. I think there's elements to it, right? I think there's an element of skill set and practice and understanding
Yeah.
your technique.
Of course.
But I think the
Well,
other part
you-
of it is just muscle memory, right? Like, and you have that muscle memory the more you do
Yeah.
this.
Well, you could have the skill set, but the point to the conversation has got to be the cadence, the flow. You know, that stuff matters, right? And that's what practice does. It gives you the cadence, the flow, and then also the ability to adapt in the conversation, calling the audibles, right? Like in the game.
Yep, 1000%.
It's exactly why you can't just.
Hi, Lisa.
Who is this?
Hey, this is Munif from Cash Offer Options. I'm calling about your property on. She did not want to talk. I'm gonna call her.
I'm so sorry. I got disconnected.
That's my favorite go-to. I think we got disconnected, man.
Your call has
Robert's
been forwarded to an automatic
Guy
voice message.
Carmona. Guy
She
Carmona.
picked up on the third dial. I think she's busy. You never know. Sometimes people want to talk, but sometimes they don't.
Are you popping down to Mr. Thomas? I'll put another one in there.
Which one are you calling, Carl or Lisa?
He's calling Thomas right now. Between the two.
Liam, so did Guy like wing it completely, or did he actually win intentionally? What do you think?
Well, you got the contract signed. He got the contract signed. I think there was a lack of a process going through it. You know, I wanted to see him drive that thing through, say, here's what we have to do next. Here's what we have to do next. And it was just kind of like floating. It seemed like there was a train going to that close and there was nothing that was going to knock that thing off its track. Nothing could stop that.
Like it was autonomous, pre-programmed.
Yeah, you know, like just like that lady was bound to hang up on Munif right there. There was nothing he could do about it. There was nothing he could do to not get that close.
Yeah.
That's the you know what I say to that, Liam, is you can never say anything wrong to a motivated seller. Like, no, Mr. Seller, the grass is blue and the sky is green. Sign right here.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true.
Your call has been.
I mean, that negotiation on that was like, I'm
trickled
hoping to
out.
get 3,000. Well, and he did his price anchor. I can do 1,000. The guy's like, okay. What? All right. Shit.
It's what is it? 8 p.m. for these sellers, huh?
I think so.
It's time for them to sell their house.
You got to give the West Coast.
Yeah, you have West Coast leads?
Yeah, I do. Here's one.
Probably, yeah, I would go only West Coast.
Call the next one.
Do the very bottom one. That one's West Coast.
Yeah,
We need him here to hang out. We're making him work. It's not acceptable.
Yep.
Get him a West Coast lead.
4842.
Man.
25.
His phone's dead.
Well,
Brandon said, you got to tell them, don't hang up. Don't hang up. Good luck. Sounds like a great idea. Until you get hung up on.
Hello?
Hi, Evelyn.
Yes,
Hey, this is Munif. How are you this evening?
I'm tired and still here in the hospital waiting to see.
You okay?
Yeah, it's my sister that's been sick and they had to do a blood transfusion, but I'm still here in the hospital.
Are
I can
you?
use a few days.
Did they need your blood for your sister?
No,
Okay. Is she gonna be okay?
yeah, but they have to do some more tests tomorrow. So she's
Okay.
gonna be there a couple more days.
All right, I'm gonna pray for her.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, you filled out on my website on cash offer options. It seems like you want to sell your property on White Avenue. Is that still
Yeah,
something you
I
want?
was thinking of that,
Uh-huh.
but the cash offer that they offer is only 150,000. This house is what you said.
Oh, well, good thing is, I'm not with them. I actually, I bought the phone number. I'm a different company. And so, they said that they couldn't buy your house. So I figured I'd just give you a call and, see if we could maybe work out a deal. Would that be fair?
They couldn't find my house. So what was it you said?
Oh, so they couldn't buy your house at the price that you needed. Is that correct?
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I'm actually not with them. I actually, what these companies do is no, ma'am.
Same thing. I mean, they're gonna give me a low ball offer.
Oh, no, ma'am. I'm not here to give you a lowball offer. I'm a private investor, and I really like this area. So, if you have a few minutes, maybe we can speak about your property, and I'll make you a fair offer.
I
All right?
have 1 acre here,
Okay.
and it's practically the only big property here.
Okay.
Besides maybe a couple more, maybe 2 or 3 more, but I noticed that there's a shortage of housing here
Right.
because they built up these warehouses next door here.
Right.
Along the road.
Okay.
So mine is a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, 1 acre lot.
Yep, I see it right now. I pulled it up on Zillow. Have you heard of Zillow?
Yeah.
Yep, I pulled it up right here on Zillow, and I'm seeing the area right now, and we really like this area. We like investing in this area.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm curious, Evelyn, have you spoken with a realtor?
Not yet. I mean, the problem has been that we had an appointment today, but I ended up in the hospital yesterday with my sister. And I've been going and coming from the hospital. I told him, you know what, I can't really deal with this right now. And the real estate lady, she was polite enough to say, okay, well, I'll back out and wait till you're ready.
Okay. Are you, I know you're at the hospital. I know this is a tough time right now. And I'll get off the phone, very soon. But, ma'am, why are you selling this property?
I'm 67 years old in a couple of days. I'm very sick. I've already had heart problems.
Okay.
And this property is too big for one person to take care of. My sister has Down syndrome, and she's going through Alzheimer's.
Okay.
So I want to place her in a place where they can take care of her. I want to move on to a smaller place.
I understand.
Something very, very tiny.
I understand. And you live with your husband, correct?
No, I live with my sister who has Down syndrome.
Got it. You live with your sister who has Down syndrome. So you want to help move her to somewhere where she can be taken care of, and then you want to live in maybe like a 1-bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay. And so I'm assuming that you might have some equity in this home, and you want to capture some of that so you can maybe buy your next place and have some money to take care of your sister?
I don't know if it has any equity. I really don't, because I really haven't been in. Right now, it's just when I try to decide what I wanted to do, my sister ends up in the hospital, and I'm kind of tired.
Yeah. Before we get into any business, I just want to tell you as a human, as a man, you are an incredible sister. I have a cousin who is special needs, and it takes an incredible person to be there for your family. And
yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, because I have a nephew and I have a brother, and nobody wants to step up to help me. I got it.
But you got it.
That's why I take care of myself, and I try to do the best I can with what we have.
Exactly.
Which is nobody.
You are all she has.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can I take a look at this? So what I do? So my name is Munif, and what I do is I help sellers who might have some problems, maybe selling a house. Sometimes, the house has no equity, or maybe it might not make a good listing. So, I buy houses sometimes cash. Sometimes I buy houses with special financing. It just depends on the seller's situation and what they're trying to solve. Does that make sense?
This is what I was trying to do.
Okay.
And then my nephew tried to butt in today, and I just stayed quiet.
Okay.
I was trying to get a lot, just a tiny little lot out in Apple Valley or Hysteria, which I already checked into, and they're like $10,000, $15,000.
Okay.
With electricity already hooked up to it, or in the alley or something.
Okay.
I would just have to put the septic tank and water.
Okay.
And then I wanted to buy a tiny house. One of those little tiny houses that they put on the property. I mean, I'm just one person. I don't need that much space. It's me and 2 dogs, little dogs.
Right.
I can't. The problem is I don't want anything big. I just want something that I can just retire, like, so to speak.
How much does it cost to put up one of these tiny homes?
I seen them online already. They depend on what size you want. They're like, they got some for 10,000, the 20,000, depending on what you really want. I just want something that I can sit on a small little piece of property and just be left alone.
Okay, so are you currently, I'm going to ask you some questions so I understand. So I know what you're trying to achieve, okay? So I know you want to achieve, you want to buy a lot for 10 to 15,000, maybe put another 10 to 15,000 in building a tiny home so you can live there with your 2 dogs. I'm understanding that. Now, I'm going to ask you some questions about your current situation. Are you currently paying a mortgage?
Yeah, $864 or something like that.
Okay. How much is left on your mortgage? How much money is left on that bill?
I'm not really sure, but I think it's 96 or something.
Okay, let's call it 100. Let's just call it 100. Is that fair?
All right.
All right. Okay, let's just say it's 100. We know you need about 30. Let's say 15 for the lot, 15 for the tiny home. You're not going to have any payments after that. It's 30. But how much is it going to cost to put your sister where you want to put her? Have you figured that out?
I haven't figured it out yet. I'm still trying to get totals on that.
I see. Okay. It's very important to figure that number out. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Because once you know what that is, now we have an idea of what we need, right?
Yeah.
What will it take to figure that out? What do you need to do next to figure out what it's going to cost to put your sister somewhere where she can be taken care of?
I just have to talk to her primary care.
Understood. Do you have?
I talked to him this morning, called me to his office, went to see my sister at the hospital.
Okay.
Told me that for my health, I need to put her in a place somewhere where they can take care of her.
Because you're also sick and you're taking care of your sister. Is that right?
Yeah.
So you need some help here because you can't do this all alone.
No.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So we need to figure out some of the costs associated. I don't want to get into the details of the financials yet because we still have some fact finding to do about, your sister's costs, because the only real solution is A, making sure your sister's taken care of, and then B, making sure you're taken care of. I know what you need, but I don't know what your sister needs yet, right?
Yeah.
So can we do this? Can you and me set up a follow-up? Maybe sometime tomorrow. I know this has been a really tough day. It's been exhausting, I bet. You're still at the hospital.
Yeah, well, they're not going to release her until tomorrow, so I'll be at the hospital until tomorrow.
You're going to be at the hospital until tomorrow. Are you going to get a chance to speak to her primary care tomorrow?
Yeah, he's just two he's 1 block over and 2 buildings down.
Okay, so it's what, 5:22 right now?
Yeah.
He's probably gone home for the day, hasn't he?
Yeah.
All right, so tomorrow.
Yeah, he's probably in the hospital looking at his patient.
Okay, can you do something for me, Evelyn?
I don't have a number to call him though.
Oh, that's fine. Can you find out tomorrow, just by tomorrow, what it's going to cost to get your sister taken care of? Can you do that for me?
I'm going to try.
Okay, and what I'll do is at this time tomorrow, around 5 p.m. tomorrow, would it be all right if I called you and we spoke a little bit more about this?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay, can you do me a favor before I get off the phone?
Yeah.
Can you add my name as a contact?
Yeah.
Okay, let me know when you're ready and I'll give you my...
You got a Virginia number.
I do, yes.
And I just pushed the plus and...
Yep.
And what do I do now?
You just write my name as M-U-N-I-F, Munif.
Wait, you went too fast.
Sorry.
I lost you somewhere in between the... You made a phone call, right?
I just did. I'm the 571 number.
Yeah, well, everybody's trying to contact me and all these numbers are confusing me.
I know. That's why I asked you to put me in as a contact so you'll remember.
Can I just write your number down, and as soon as I stop answering all these messages,
So Evelyn, I'm afraid if you do that and you forget to add me, you might not know it's me calling you when I call you tomorrow. So I'm just afraid that, you know, you and me might lose the opportunity to speak.
Because I can't find it.
It's okay.
I see the red button, I see the speaker button, and I see a green button.
Okay, that's
But I
okay.
don't see where you add anything.
That's no problem. Can you get back to your home screen?
Yeah.
Can you go to contacts?
I am on contact.
Is there a way to add a contact?
There's a plus right here. Let me see.
Yeah, see what that does.
Yeah, there is. What was your name again?
My name is Munif, and I'll spell it for you real slow.
All right.
It's an M as in Mike, M, and then U for uniform.
Yeah.
N for November. I for India. F for Fox. Yeah, and in my last name, you just put in home buyer. It'll just make it easy for you to remember.
Okay.
All right, and just save me.
Save.
And then just do me a favor. I want to add you in my contacts just so I also remember. Can you just send me a text message with your name?
My name, text.
Yes.
How do I send that? Like I said, I'm not that
That's okay.
electronically.
It's okay. You know, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you. So do you know where the messages are?
Message. That's the blue one. Yeah, let me see. Message. There's 5 messages here. Yeah, I got 2 messages. So what do I do here? Oh, contacts.
Yeah, there you go. Find me. We're doing this because I'm not competing. If this was the event, I'd probably not spend this much time. But I also really genuinely want to help
It
you.
was with a name, right? I don't see it here.
Yeah, try. Would it be helpful if I actually sent you a text message? You probably would see it, huh?
That would be better. I don't know why you're making me go through all this.
I just want to torture you, Evelyn.
That's what it seems like.
All right, give
I'm
me.
trying to take my medications right now too.
All right,
I had a chance, but
I'm gonna text you right now. All right.
yes.
Okay, you're gonna get a text message from me. Did you get a notification?
Yeah, it's right here.
All right, that's my full name. My last name is actually not Homebuyer, but it's Saza. But you can do me a favor, reply to that message with your name, just so I can add you as a contact.
Okay, thank you. There it is.
There we go. I gotcha. All right, I'm gonna lock you in my phone as a contact.
I gotta get off the phone. My nieces and stuff are looking for.
Okay, alrighty. I'll give you a call tomorrow. Thank you so much, Evelyn. I'll talk to you at 5 tomorrow. All right.
All right, bye.
Bye bye. So that's a little bit longer than I did. Wouldn't be a close, but there's that one for those watching. She's not ready right now to sell. There's you know what I mean? She's not exactly ready to sell because she needs some more information. So I wanted to find that out as fast as possible.
Yeah.
And then in my opinion, this is a higher probability to close once I build a little bit deeper rapport, find out what she needs. And if I can figure out a way to get her what she needs, it has the highest likelihood of actually closing.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of activity, bro. Like sold, there was a lot of lots for sale. And I found this one. It was a 3-1 that sold back in January for that, but it was pretty far. Like I had to go almost like a mile and a half or something. So yeah, that's not a lot of activity in that area.
I think the biggest takeaway for everybody who's watching this is just the idea of love the one you're with. There's people who are saying in the comment, Munif sounds like he truly cares. He does truly care. When you really care about the person you're working with and you are focused on how can I help them over how can I get a deal, you are going to get so many more deals when you're really focused on helping them. and just using the different strategies that you learn to get them into a position to be ready to listen to you and hear you and have an actual dialogue with you. But that's what you guys got to take away from this. Love that
Love it.
person.
That's a great call.
Thanks, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
Munif, on a scale of 1 to 10, how messed up is her situation based on like all the calls that you've been on?
She's got a really tough situation, and it's weird, right? It's really messed up, right? Like at 10 out of 10 messed up, but then at like 10 out of 10 also heartwarming. Like she loves her sister, you know what I mean? Like what I told her about her, like hey, you care, like as a human, like you're awesome, and like that was true, you know. And it's like, look, there are some sellers you talk to where you're like, okay, I don't need to make money. Like if I can do something, even just connect you with the right person or give you the right resource or tool, I'm just going to do that. It's going to take 10, maybe 20 minutes of my day for maybe a few days, right? But if I can actually bring value to this person's life, like that's a good deed. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
So, you know, it's yes, messed up situation, but also she's an awesome human being, and that shines through.
Can I say something? What I like what you did, Munif, was I love how empathetic you were, but also understanding that at the end of the day, she filled out her form because she needs to sell. So you were empathetic, you acknowledged it, you cared about it, and then it was like, now time for business, right? Because sometimes you have to do that, right? They fill out the form for a reason. You can't just get caught up in that and create the chit chat, but you acknowledged it, you showed you know what I mean, all the good stuff. And then it was like, okay, let's get back to the important at hand, which is why you need to sell the property. I know you got everything going on. I love that.
Thanks for saying that, Max, because that was really hard for me to learn that skill.
Yeah.
I used to be you saw yourself, like I would be the person that sits there and just sits there in her, you know, whatever's going on. And it's
Correct.
like, that doesn't actually help her. What helps her is, what do you need out of this situation? You know? And I fortunately, you know, me and her connected. So she was actually very open with telling me exactly what she needs. And she had to trust me to say, okay, oh, you just need 30 grand. Like I could have been like, look, you just need 30 grand. Let's do the deal. I'll give you 30 grand. But it's like, no, actually she needs more money for her sister.
Yeah.
So, you know, she had to trust me to actually make sure I'm taking care of her sister too. You know what I mean? So
I think that where people get stuck on this, right, and I love that you guys just explained the balance, is that I think people who are new and they're going into these conversations, they don't know which one to focus on because you think that you have to pick one box to check. Now realizing that it doesn't, and they say that because they're like, well, I don't know how sales works. But it doesn't matter how sales works. It matters how conversations work. It matters how human relationships work. And the way human relationships work is that you need to do both, right? And so I love that Munif and what Munif and Max were talking about is that you guys just don't think you have to choose one or the other. You can be very, very tactical about being empathetic. The best way to do that is to actually be empathetic, right? Don't fake it. Actually care. And then when you show that you care, that's going to come across and it's going to make the question that you're asking about the business not sound pushy, but sound like you're trying to lead them to the solution, right? And sometimes getting people from a drowning situation requires them, you know, roughing them up a little bit, right? It's all about the balance.
Yeah. And that when you combine those two, sorry, Liam, when you combine those two, that is called creating urgency in the situation, right? Comes out the creating the urgency, because a lot of people are like, I don't know how to get past that. I don't know how to make the seller do this. I don't know. You don't make the sellers do anything. You do it by conversation and then combining them, and then that creates the urgency. Yeah.
Yep.
To add to Daniel's point, the way that I view all my calls is something like a performance.
Yeah.
What I'm doing is I'm creating a character for myself that is the perfect match to talk to this person. Somebody that is deeply empathetic, somebody that's just listening, somebody that is there. And when I put myself into that character, that allows how I want things to come across far better. Because when you're over the phone, remember, you can't see their body language. They can't see you. Can't see the face. These things don't, that's a huge part of conversation. When you don't have it, you have to emphasize things 3, 4, 5 times as much as you normally would.
Yeah.
So really turning it into a heightened performance of a normal conversation is the way to really do things. Like, you know, Munif, that's probably the level he would talk with like an 80 or 90-year-old in real life. But
I
over
wanna
the phone,
see-
you know, she's 60. It's different.
I want to see Max impersonate how RJ would do this call.
You must be saying that for a reason, Gene.
We've all been
you ask
seeing,
me,
we've
I
all
can
been
do it.
seeing
Yeah,
RJ's messages, man.
I know.
Everywhere.
I know. I know that the man, that freaking that post got. I'm still laughing about that. What do you
That
want for the
one was
property?
good.
Okay, I'm not your buyer. Oh man. So should we call Debbie up or what?
Call her up.
See.
Let's
Is that
do
who's
it.
next? Is that who was next? Debbie? Okay. Is that who you
Yeah,
talked
Debbie's
to? Or
next.
okay. Cool.
I liked RJ's post too with Max's brand new sales process.
06.
And what happens after that? And what happens after
That
that?
was so funny.
And what happens after that?
It said
That was,
click.
like, that was Sandler training in all in one post.
Yeah.
Five, 3, 0.
Where's Jen? This is like a sausage fest over here.
I sent her the link. I just texted her to see if she got it.
Try calling her one more time from a different number.
Five, 3, 0, 6, 3, 5.
All right. Who's next? Michelle?
Michelle's in Vegas.
No, actually, don't call that one. Don't call that one. That's one that was spoken to already on the.
Oh, was it? Did they close
No.
it?
I think
That's
it
the
was a
question.
conversation that went pretty far.
If they didn't close it,
I guess yeah. Screw it. Call it. Go for it.
see if Max does a better job.
If Max does a better job of hanging up fucking fast. No, like
I'm reading these comments. Daniel, you're so funny. Manif went from closer to text to quick.
No. I don't want you to lose my number.
There's Jen. Jen's in the building.
Let's go.
Sorry, Jen.
Who do we have to talk to get Elijah and team to make an exception and put Jen in there anyways?
I guess you'd have to talk to Elijah and team.
7, 0.
That's a fair point, Liam. It's a very astute observation.
Yeah.
Hey, Jen.
Full brain power in that one. What's up, Jen? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm super inspired and motivated and disappointed. All of them together.
You came in and did a really fantastic job. You really showed people a fantastic way just to handle the phones in general. And people learned a lot from it. So don't be too disappointed.
Handle the internet down too. Handle the internet hang up on stage. That was pretty good.
Yeah, so back to Daniel's question, what do we need to do?
That's it. I feel like Liam gave us the answer. I'm gonna have to text.
Please leave your
Maybe we
message.
can just get like a petition. We get enough people to. We got to ask him. Okay, how many people need to sign the
3
petition?
attempts, no answer.
Cool. Putting a new one in there for you.
All right, cool.
No,
Liam,
Well,
but
get
Daniel,
we
then
have-
the question comes down to who gets kicked off.
Interesting.
Liam, get the fresh.
Want you to pull some fresh ones?
Hell yeah, it's late. Who's like people ain't buying them at this hour anyway.
We got one that is in Red Bluff, California.
Like, just came in fresh. Because it doesn't matter where they are if it just came in. It could be-
Oh, opulent minority says let's tie and go head to head. That guy is opulent minority guy. I see the face.
It is.
Looks
It is,
Uh-oh.
guys.
Is that an official suggestion, guy, or are you just you comfortable in your winner's chair and happy with that?
This was a fun comment section to work with today, man. We got some people talking shit. We got some people
Hello?
being supportive.
Hello, Melissa.
This is her.
Hey, Melissa, it's Max. I'm actually calling you because you filled out your information on our website about selling that property over at Tip Top Drill. Hung up.
Wait, this one we already did. That was the one that,
that I called.
yeah.
Is that the one you called?
It is.
Yeah, Liam, that's not fresh.
I'm gonna call her back.
No, that's
No,
that
Oh.
one was not fresh. That one,
Oh,
that one
okay.
was he's calling one that I put in from earlier. The new
Okay.
one, Mark. That's fresh. But I believe that's actually a wholesaler. I think I pulled that down wrong.
This is Orlando.
So am I calling this Mark or no?
He's a wholesaler. Your call.
I don't want
Nah.
to talk to a wholesaler, bro. I want to talk to a homeowner.
Richmond, Liam, there's a Richmond, there's a Orlando that are fresh. Do you have credits?
Where are you looking, man? I'm not seeing them.
Refresh.
Maybe that's it.
Orlando.
Ah, there it is. There it is. There it is. Yep.
That guy's not sleeping yet. He just, or maybe it's a gal.
Bam.
We'll wake him up if he
There it
is.
is.
That guy's sitting down with a beer, ready to sell his house to Max.
That's it. He's waiting for my call, bro. I already know.
That's what it is. You know,
It's all
before
set up.
sellers call, sellers get this feeling. They're like, you know what? I feel like I'm gonna sell
Yeah.
a house to whoever calls me next.
Exactly. I get the feeling too. Like they're ready to sell. This person I'm calling is ready to sell.
Just a magic moment ready to happen.
Exactly.
Magic Max.
Hey.
I'm gonna jump off. I just wanted to say hi because I just wasn't ready to say goodbye.
Well, Jen, thank you for hopping in. We're gonna get you back up here on the closer show, and we can just
You
get you
gotta
some
come
leads,
back.
get you locking some deals up.
I would
Absolutely.
love to, and
Come
I
back.
appreciate your leads, Liam.
Absolutely, I appreciate you. The ones that you have, feel free just to download all those and keep following up with them. Get some deals made.
I will.
What is
I will.
your
I'll
first
keep you
name?
posted.
Soretta?
Bye, Jen.
Bye,
Is that
Jen. I've got
Bye.
no idea there.
Soretta? Right?
Something
Alright.
like that.
I'll make it up when they answer.
They
Harada.
live in Florida. Yeah, they live in Florida. Everybody's probably fucking their name up.
Sarah. It's Sarah.
Sarah.
Hello.
Hello, Sarah.
Yes.
Hey, Sarah, it's Max. I'm calling you because you had filled out your information on our website about selling your property over at Lake Pembroke Place.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so my call was I wanted to follow through. I received your information. Obviously, the information doesn't really tell the whole story, so I wanted to follow through and ask you a few questions. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right, perfect. Let me go ahead and pull it up. Make sure I have it all in front of me here. I guess the first thing I want to ask you, just to verify really quick, what is the bed and bath count on the property? Just want to have that up front.
What did you say again? Can you come
Just
again?
to verify, what is the bed and bath count on the property? Just to verify, like the bedroom and bathrooms.
Like 4 bedroom, three bath.
4 bedrooms, 3 bath.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Perfect. I appreciate that information. And then one thing I don't see on here, is this a rental property or is it a primary residence?
Primary residence.
Primary residence.
What?
Okay. So you're currently staying there right now?
Yes.
Okay, I appreciate that. And then I always like to ask this because I know sometimes it comes up, but if you were to sell this, not necessarily to me, but let's say you decided to sell this to someone that gave you an offer you can depend on, is there anyone else that's going to have an input on the sale of the property?
No.
Okay, so it's just going to be you?
Yes. Me and my husband is there.
Okay, your husband as well?
Yes.
Got it. And I like to ask that because, a lot of times what happens is, we want to make sure that we're talking to all the right parties and we want to make sure we're not, having conversations without people, without everybody involved. So, okay. Got it. So let me ask you something. How long have you owned this property on Lake Pembroke?
Since it was built 2002. November.
2002. Okay. Wow. So almost over 20 years now, huh?
Yes.
Wow, that's okay. That's a very long time. Congratulations. And just out of curiosity, I mean, you've owned this thing for such a long time. What actually has you considering selling it?
Well, I want to relocate to Texas close to my son's family.
Okay. What part of Texas?
Austin, Texas.
Austin? Okay, nice. It's a nice area. It's growing. So you said your family's there?
Oh yeah, my son and daughter are there.
Your son and daughter? Okay. Nice. So basically what I'm hearing so far, what I got, obviously, the plan is when you sell this is to go move to closer with your kids in Austin. And then it sounds to me like the only thing that might be stopping you guys from doing that is actually selling the property.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. All right. And bear my quietness here. I'm actually writing some notes down just to make sure I understand the whole story. So when we get ready to qualify the property for an offer, I got all that information. So, okay. Now, besides like going on the website, filling out the form, have you tried to do anything about selling the property at all?
Not yet. Yeah, just like started.
You just started the process right now? Or
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Haven't spoke to agent or anybody so far.
Okay, got it. You haven't spoken to anyone. So we're like the first ones, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Perfect. Now, if you got the offer that you felt comfortable with in selling the property, what I'm assuming you're looking to get this done, somewhere by the end of the year or something like that?
No, maybe next month.
Next month?
Maybe 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
I started packing the house, clearing furniture and all that.
Wow. Okay. So you need to. So basically, you have to get this done sooner than later. It sounds like.
Yeah, sooner. Yes.
Okay, got it.
2 to 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see. And I'm pulling up some more information on here. So when we do put the offer together for you, I want to make sure I have all the details. And okay, let's take a look here. So just bear with me here. Now, have you? So one thing I want to ask you while I'm pulling up the information, I know typically when I talk to sellers that fill out my website and they fill out all the information, they usually, either when they start thinking about it or usually the night before I speak with them or something like that, they usually have a number in mind. Just out of curiosity, ballpark, have you guys thought about what you would feel comfortable selling this for?
I was looking at Zillow, so
Okay.
that price, same price, yeah.
What did Zillow say you could get for it?
It's $499. That is the price they said then, but they have range, right, from $460 to $520. But the average is $499.
Yeah, so you know what? That's totally fair, right? I know a lot of people go on Zillow and look up the price. However, what I found out in the past, when other people that I've spoken with, a lot of times Zillow's a lot lower. But however, a lot of times Zillow could be a lot higher as well. So when someone says they look at Zillow, right, I always tend to, make sure that I make you aware of that, right? Sometimes it could be a lot higher or sometimes it could be a lot lower. That's why Zillow's not my favorite, I guess, if you could say that.
Yeah, but because that's the only app you can see.
Of course.
Even if I'm not thinking of selling, I just open the Zillow and say, okay, what's my house worth and how fat my pocket is, right?
Yeah. So I'm assuming you wouldn't look at any of the offers besides what Zillow's telling you what it's worth?
Yes. I'm not considering yet, I have to start doing it.
So you would be open to hearing other offers besides what Zillow's telling you what it's worth?
Yes. Okay,
perfect. And I just like to ask that because my underwriting team is going to look at some details, and then if they come in a lot lower, I don't want to come back and say, hey, this is where we're at, this range. I just want to make sure that if you are open to looking at other offers, I want to make sure I feel comfortable coming back and telling you where we're at.
Okay.
Got it.
And how do you work? Like, what are the procedures?
Yeah, well, that's a great question, by the way. I know a lot of people asked me that in the past. And the one thing I always like to say to them is it just depends, right? We're a full real estate solutions company. So depending on your needs, what you have, your goals, especially what you told me just a little bit ago, you're trying to get done within the next 30 days. So it's a little faster than most normal sellers. So I guess, you know, what is it that you're looking for when with the company that you're going to work with to sell the property?
So I just want to, you know, move out and get to a good price, and you know, like,
Okay.
I just want to.
So when you say a good price, can you elaborate a little more? Tell me more about that.
Yeah, like whatever the Zillow price is, and if you don't have real estate commission, that's
Mhm.
what I thought. Like, right, you don't have much real estate commission, which would be like 5 to 6%. So I can go 6% lower than what Zillow says.
Correct.
Because
So-
I mean, you not pay real estate commission and all that, shopping and preparing and all that.
Yep. No, of course. You know, obviously 6% would be on the low end. A lot of times you have, that's just for the real estate sale. A lot of times you have what is it called? The closing costs and all that. So it could go all the way up to 8 to 10%, but that's, you know, that's nor here nor there. So what I'm hearing is if someone came in even lower than the Zillow price, minus the 6%, you wouldn't even feel comfortable looking at an offer lower than that.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Perfect. So looking to move out, you're open to offers. And then if we were to make you an offer that you can depend on, sounds like you and your husband would feel comfortable putting things in writing.
Yes.
Okay.
If you like the price and offers.
Okay. And I know you keep mentioning Zillow, but let me ask you something. What do you owe on the mortgage? I'm assuming there's no mortgage at all.
No mortgage paid off.
No mortgage. Okay, got it. Well, that's awesome. Congratulations, by the way, that you have a property that's paid off, especially a beautiful property like this in Lake Pembroke Place. So knowing that we have no mortgage to pay off, we obviously, you know, we don't have to worry about that. So let me ask you a question: is what are some other things that would be involved that, you know, as far as selling it, that you would say, okay, I need to get money for this, I need to get money for that, that you can think of right now that we can add up and then potentially, you know, see if we can come up with that offer for you?
What does it mean? Like,
yeah, like, do you have it? Like, what is it that you're willing to, what is it that you were wanting to walk away with that you were hoping to get if we were able to, you know, not only help you get out of here in the next 30 days to move to Texas, be able to be closer to your kids, but you didn't have to pay anything out of pocket and you didn't have to do anything to the property? What do you feel comfortable?
yeah, I just want to know. Yeah, I really didn't get your question. Like,
You didn't. I'm sorry.
I just try. Tell me.
No, I'm sorry. You said you didn't really get my question. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Oh, what I was saying is
I
because
get distracted.
yeah, no, it's okay. It's probably my fault. I'm not explaining it correctly. What I was saying is that if we were able to help you to get this done in 30 days or less, you didn't have to pay anything out of pocket. We were able to help you to get closer to your kids, move to Houston. What do you and your husband feel comfortable walking away with?
450,000
450,000
cash.
Okay.
Yes, and no other fee, nothing, like
Right. Okay.
after everything.
All right, perfect. So let me and so okay, perfect. I appreciate that. Just trying to get an understanding to that because I know that you want to go the convenience route. You're not trying to list it with an agent or anything like that. So if we were to make an offer, would price be the most important thing, or move as fast as possible be the most important thing?
Price, because the mortgage is paid off, not much to owe.
Okay.
So
Got it. Yeah. Okay. I did pull some info up. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go up to the 450,000 on a one lump sum, unless you're going to, you know, unless you're open to hear other offers. But it sounds to me like because price is the most important thing, 450 is gonna be where you want to be at.
yes.
Okay, got it. Well, I don't want to waste too much of your time anymore. I know for sure my underwriting team probably is not going to be close to the 450,000. I do want to ask you a question though, because I'm probably not going to be your buyer at that price. Would you be open? I mean, again, this is just another conversation for another day. I just want to know, would you be open to have a conversation where I could give you the 450,000, potentially more? Where you would give us some time to make you equal monthly payments and pay this off?
I didn't get that. Like,
Sure, I can explain it again. It's okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what I was saying is, because you want $450,000 cash, a one lump sum. So what I was saying is that I know my underwriting team we're gonna be way too far apart. So I'm not gonna be your buyer on the one lump sum. So what I was saying is, if I can get my underwriting team to give you the 450,000 or potentially more, right? We might be able to give you more, but the one thing they're gonna want to know is if you would be open to give us some time to make you equal monthly payments.
Equal monthly payments. How many months that would be?
That's a great question. That's a great question. I'm glad you asked that. I know in the past, I've had sellers that have given me either 60 months or 120 months. It just depends on the goal. Just what would you feel comfortable giving us so we can put an offer together based on the time frame?
60 months is 5 years.
Mhm.
Oh, that would be too long.
Well, that would be too long. What
That
would you
would
feel
be too
comfortable with?
Yeah. No, I don't think my husband would like to, because he wants to have cash and
Okay.
purchase a house there.
Got it. So if I came in, yeah, I guess, yeah, I mean, the only way that I can probably do the whole cash offer is, I know I'm not going to be at the 450, but if we did if we did just the one lump sum, and you didn't have to pay anything out of pocket, what would be the lowest that you feel comfortable selling then?
Maybe I can maybe go another 10,000. That's the max I'm thinking of right now.
Okay, got it.
Maybe I'm
We'll probably still have to talk to your husband, it sounds like.
yeah. He was saying 450.
That's okay.
But
So
then
let's
we
do
are
this.
expecting
Let me do a little bit more homework, because like I said, I think 450 is going to put us too far apart on the one lump sum. And then why don't we do this? When do you think that you could speak to your husband about potentially, let's say that we can give him somewhere between 450 to 500, and you guys are willing to open up and giving us some time? When do you think you can have that conversation with him to see what he says?
Time means like equal monthly payments?
Yes.
Or
Yeah, equal monthly payments.
Maybe he won't like. I'm sure he doesn't like equal monthly payments, because we want to buy a house, putting cash down there.
Got it. All right. Well, let me see if I can come up with something. I'll talk to my underwriting team. And the last question is this: if I talk to my underwriting team and we're a lot lower than that 440, would you like me to return the phone call to you? I mean.
Yeah, give me a call and see where you stand. Maybe then we can understand where we are at.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. I'll do some homework. I'll see what the rents are in the area, and then I'll call you back with a little bit more solid offer. I know, and I like to call you back when you and your husband are together. So if you were me setting up a call back on the calendar, when would you do that for us, all three of us, to speak on the phone?
Maybe tomorrow same time.
Tomorrow same time. Your husband's going to be available too?
Yes.
Perfect. I'm going to put that on my calendar. And do you have a pen and paper to write down my name and number?
Sure.
Okay. So my first name is Max.
M-A-X or M-E?
M-A-X. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And my phone number is 602 610
Name or website?
So the website that you filled out for us was let me look here, because we have a few. It was Nationwide Investors Group, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, tomorrow I'll have a more solid offer for you guys, but I love to present it to both of you and your husband, because I know he's got to be part of this conversation, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you guys. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Tough cookie, bro.
How'd you feel about that one?
She came down a lot, but I think knowing the personality type, and the one thing that we're missing here, and I kept the call going for the purpose of the show, but the husband's not there, right? So we don't know yet what type of personality he is, where he's at, how he thinks and how he reacts to things. So that's another challenge, but overall it's good. Yeah, it's good. What you guys think?
Those type of sellers are just tough right there. I think that that for me would be a solid follow-up. Get as much information as possible. Get them to go fill out for me my underwriting application. Then from there, probably going to put them on a long-term. They're not going to like my price. It's pretty much what I can guarantee is happening there.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because Max, and we've joked around about this in the past, right? Max and I are very different in our approach towards sales, right? The thing that I love about sales is you can be very, very different and still both be really, really good, right? Because there's not more than one way to skin this cat. Max is very system and process focused. And I think that that was the hard part with a lead like this, because she didn't have enough answers to be able to fit into the process effectively so that Max could do what he does best. That, with the fact that it's a one-legged conversation, it makes it a little bit tough. I feel like with a person like this, the best thing you could potentially do is maybe play on really heavy rapport, get them to like you, get them to laugh, get them to want to have that follow-up conversation with you. But even still, the number's still going to be the number, and you can't do much about that when there's only one person there. So I think really Max did the best he could.
Yeah, that's the other thing, right? And that's what I said, right? I forgot the call is that we're the husband's not there. And continuing the call was just for us to show a conversation, right? And how you can have a conversation. But overall, I think, you know, for the most part, when you have a seller, so this is a good S personality sellers, and S personality doesn't give you anything. You almost have to like pry it out of them. You almost have to kind of like bring it out of them in a little bit, but you can't do it forcefully, right? And so it has to be done tactically. And so even though it is a process, but you notice like it wasn't checkboxy. It wasn't like, it was very conversational.
Sure.
Brought it back. Yeah. So yep, good stuff though.
Yeah,
letting the seller have it your way.
Exactly.
Max, what's the site to the, because there's people watching, there's people playing it back. What's the resource to your lab?
To my lab bot? What do you mean?
To your training. How do people?
Yeah. Let me get you the link for my website.
Then Mr. Daniel, I just put a fantastic lead for you up in the chat. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but seems motivated.
And she answered to Sarah, Gene. You see that?
I know. I was so excited. I was like, dude, she must get that all the time because ain't nobody
Probably.
in America. My full name is Yevgeny.
Okay.
I had to use that shit when I went to Disney.
Oh man,
that's the best. Let me pull this thing up. Where are we?
I'm gonna give you the link to.
Ooh, nice.
We calling David?
I believe so. Yeah, David, that's the one.
All right, let's do it.
I'm gonna give you the link to my Discord too, if people want to join. Is that okay, Gene?
Dude, absolutely. Yeah, man. I really need, like, as soon as somebody comes in iSpeed, we need to do like, hey, are you like super awesome or do you kind of suck? And if you kind of suck, we need to send them to like a really reputable training.
Got it.
And I don't need to make anything from it. We just need to like send them somewhere where they're going to be taken care of and they're going to learn and where they're just going to get better at handling the leads. Because like some of the people that we get are just like they're not wasting money because the money's going to our company for the leads, but they're in essence wasting money. Like they're not getting that lead ever. Like they're not closing them ever because they're just not prepared to do it. I feel bad, but we don't train that. We're kind of lead gen people. We're not closing people.
For sure. No, that makes sense.
Where'd DQ go?
He's right here. He's got
was there a fight?
He's trying to
everybody's got cool setups on the Closers Olympics. Like everybody I see on the lives got cool setups. I got this shit.
You got the whiteboard, bro. That's all you need, really, is a whiteboard and a dream. All right, let's give this guy a call. Pray for me, y'all.
Don't break a leg.
Hello, may I help you?
Hey, David, this is Daniel. Sounds like you just dropped a lead on our website. Looking like you might want to sell your house. Sound about right?
Well, yeah. I want to sell the house and land with it.
Okay, so we got a house, we got some land. I'm assuming they're together. Is that a fair assessment?
Yep.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, tell me a little bit about that. What has you interested in selling in the first place?
Well, because I want to move to the southwest corner of the state. I'm up here in the central part of the state of Missouri,
Okay.
and I want to move to the somewhere towards the southwest corner.
Okay.
McDonald County, Newton County. If you happen to own land in somewhere in the southwest part, we might be able to even talk a trade, and that way it costs you a little less.
Okay, that sounds fair. Well, it sounds like you've done a little bit of homework on this, David, up to this point. So why don't you just shoot me straight? What is it that you have in mind? What kind of offer have you been looking for?
Well, probably somewhere around 800,000.
Okay, gotcha. You probably did a little homework. What made you come to that 800,000 number?
Well, I've had prospective buyers in the past. I had one that I priced it, two of them at it was VX Technologies.
Okay.
I priced 9. I wasn't even offering to sell them the whole place. I was offering them 9.1 acres, more or less, at $1,350,000. They
Okay.
didn't complain about the price, but the project that I showed them that they could build was too small for them.
Gotcha. So they didn't mind the price, but they needed to be able to do something a little bigger than what your land was able to sustain, right?
Yeah, they build low-cost housing, individual houses,
Okay.
and they put people in them. The houses produce income. Each house produces income for
Okay.
them, a passive income, and then there's the people that live in them work for them. So, but anyway, it was only 80. I figured at 80 houses and a little convenience mall, and
So they were looking at build 80 houses? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, that's what I was suggested for them.
Gotcha. Okay.
And little park and playground and convenience store type thing, recharging station for electric car. This is right on a major highway,
Okay.
halfway between Warrensburg and Clinton, and Kentucky Fried Chicken or something like that.
Well, if there's a Kentucky Fried Chicken, you probably got a deal.
No, there's no Kentucky Fried Chicken here.
Oh,
Right
well,
now.
then what are we even talking about here, David?
Well, that was just the things that I suggested that they put into their project.
Gotcha.
I mean, a Kentucky Fried Chicken is $2.5 million before you earn your first dollar, and when you earn the first dollar, you pay a nickel of it to the Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah, you probably pay a little bit more than that. Okay, so it sounds like you.
It's a nickel.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. Okay, so it sounds like you've obviously put a lot of thought into this. You had one good conversation. Have you had any others? Who else have you talked to about this property? What kind of offers have you heard?
February the 28th, I had a prospective buyer at $750,000, and we was on our way to the title company office to do the paperwork, and we ran into a few problems. Didn't have anything to do with the land or anything, but we ran into a few problems, and I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah. Okay. And that was back in February. Anything recently?
Well, I've got a neighbor that's negotiating with me for 5 acres that on the west side. If you see the map of it, there's 15 acres that lay west of the Lingo City part.
Okay.
And anyway, he's negotiating with me for 5 acres, and
Okay.
we've got to get surveyor in to survey the land before.
So you can make a decision. How much land do you have in total? Talk to me about that. What kind of property do you have on there? How much land is it in total?
24.1.
24.1
More or less.
acres. Okay.
24.1 more or less.
Okay. Is any of this built out? Does it have any utilities? What's the status?
Yeah, it's got electricity. There's a real water line across the highway.
Okay.
I've got a few wells on this place. They're not necessarily all that great, but they're here. And the old house is like what you see in the movies, where the cowboy rides up to the general store and gets his supplies and goes on his way.
Gotcha. So this is the general store that we're talking about here.
Yeah, that's my
Okay. Okay. I
residence.
appreciate the honest assessment.
And it's in bad shape. I mean, I've got $38,000 plus of solar panels on the roof, but the old building itself's not worth much. I mean,
So you
it
put
costs
$38,000 worth of solar panels on a house from the 1800s is what I'm hearing.
yeah.
Why would you do that, David?
Well, to hopefully reduce my
Electric costs.
electric cost.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Give me a
And
timeline here. Let me ask you this. If when are you looking to sell? It sounds like you'd sell this property tomorrow, the land and everything, if you found somebody who's willing to buy tomorrow. Is that correct? Or is there something holding you back?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else making a decision on this with you, or is it just yourself?
Just myself.
Okay. Can I be honest with you, David?
Yeah.
Here's the concern that I'm having, right? It sounds like a lot of guys are proposing, but nobody's walking down the aisle. Right. And that makes me a little bit concerned about what's really going on in the relationship here. So I guess the question that I would have is, what do you think is stopping people? You had the one big project. They wanted more land than you could provide, and I get that. What else do you think is going on that's stopping an investor who sees the land? He sees that it's got electricity. They see that it's got that water. What's stopping them from pulling the trigger at the number that you're asking?
I don't know. Number one, I haven't listed with a realtor. I've had a few realtors come by, and even an online auction company. He was here last year and talked to me.
Okay.
And so that's kind of how that goes.
Okay. What were the agents telling you? What kind of a ballpark were they saying they'd be listing it for?
Well, the one lady, she had 5 acres kidding across the road from me listed for a while. She had that 5 acres listed for $289,000.
Okay.
And her and the owner of the property had some type of disagreement, so she's not
okay.
Into that place. I mean, he's got a for sale sign up, or he sold it and somebody else put sign up, but I see him over there mowing stuff every now and then. So
Gotcha. So I guess tell me this: what happens if you can't find the number that you're looking for? What happens if you don't sell?
well, I'll just be here until I get it sold or die or something.
Okay. Well, I like one of those options. I don't like the other one so much. So maybe we can focus on the more positive one.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this, right? And this is, I don't have a clear number here, right? So I'm just really just throwing stuff off the top of my head just to kind of see where we are. You know, obviously you have an ideal number. You have a number that you want. You have the number that you need, and then you have the number that you'll take, right? And sometimes the "I'll take it" number is good enough, right? It's not exactly what we wanted, but it fills the need and it gets the monkey off our back. So what happens if an investor calls you tomorrow and they says, you know what, David, I like this property. I'll give you $250. I'll give you $225 for it, right? Are you taking that offer seriously, or are you telling them to kick rocks?
Well, I might take something seriously. I mean, I had a guy call me from a hedge fund in New York. He offered me $4,000 for the whole thing. That's the lowest offer I've ever had.
Interesting. Well, I'll beat that. I'll give you $5 right now, David.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. But yeah, then I had some other ones from New York call with some, asking questions and so on and so forth, and wanting more information. I don't have too awful many minutes left on this phone, though.
Okay. Well, let me not take.
But you can text me. You can text me and ask me questions. And
okay, text you some suggestions. So let's do this, right?
You can text me whatever you want to text me, and I'll answer your questions if there's a question, or try to.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. We'll follow up. We can shoot some messages and we can kind of chat over the phone. But I'm going to throw something for you to think about. Is that okay?
Okay.
So one of the things that I'm concerned with here, obviously, you have people that are pulling out. The issue is you have a lot of land, and you have a lot of land in Missouri, which is not, it's not New York City, right? It's not Dallas, Texas. It's a little bit more of a rural market, and we're dealing with a situation where the government wants to raise rates on us every so often, right? And so it puts an investor on their heels, but that doesn't change the fact that you have some property where good things can happen. So here's my question to you. What happens if we were to be able to put together an offer instead of me buying the property from you and you go from being the owner to no longer the owner? How about you go from the owner to becoming the bank? We partner up a little bit. We come up with a deal that makes sense. And I just pay you over time. And then you'll get lumps of the payoff as I'm able to develop the property. So that way we're sharing the risk with the market, but you're not coming up out of pocket for that risk. Would something like that be of interest to you if I can do the homework and make the numbers make sense?
Yeah, it would.
Okay. So
I've got that one neighbor though that he needs that little 5-acre strip on the west side of the 15 acres.
Okay.
He gonna have it for a goat pasture.
Gotcha. Well, let's do this. I don't want to take up any more of your phone time there, David. My name is Daniel. Just the number that I called you from is my cell phone. Let's stay in contact. Let's run some numbers. Let's see if we can't come up with something that makes sense, and we'll follow up.
Okay, you can text me anytime.
Okay.
Just I'm getting low on minutes.
No, I get it. I don't want to eat those up. You got to save those for more important things than myself. David, it was great speaking with you, sir. I will shoot you a text and we'll stay in contact.
Have a good one. Thank you, Daniel.
All right, likewise.
800,000 on a track phone, Gene said. Dude, I was about to burst out laughing when he said, I don't have minutes. I haven't heard that, and I don't even remember.
I almost threw an unlimited nights and weekend line to him. I was like, I can call you after 9, but I didn't know if it was going to register.
That's a problem I don't even understand, man.
Huh?
Yeah, Liam, no, that's a little before your time, bro. That's
Yep, it was. I remember that. Sprint, can't call after 9.
That's
unlimited.
it, man. After 9 on the weekends, that's the way to do it. Yeah, that was a tough one because I'm looking online. The numbers are all over the place. I see the picture of this house. Yeah. It's nearly impossible to comp. So I was really just guessing at this point. I mean, he was open to 250 from 800. So, I mean, there's definitely room there. I don't even know if 250 is a good number, but at least we know where he's at.
Yeah, I was looking, dude. It's like rural in the middle of nowhere, obviously, right? But I can guarantee you, it's raw land. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So his asking price is more of a pipe dream than reality, right?
Yeah, 1,000%. That 25 acres may be worth 25,000. We really have no idea.
I think one of my favorite one-liners that you dropped was, I think you got a lot of people dating you, but you're not walking there. None of them are walking you down the aisle. That's a good takeaway. I always put it into perspective for the seller that it doesn't matter how much interest they're getting if nobody wants to buy. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of like, it's true, right? Like kind of when they say, like the seller that said Zillow, like, okay, well, I mean, Zillow could be, at the end of the day, sometimes you got to tell sellers, like, it's not even what Zillow says, what I say is what the market's willing to pay too, right? At the end of the day, that's really what it is. Yeah.
Yep. That's what it comes down to. Well, you guys, I'm looking at it right now. I'm approaching 8:20 my time. I've been live for like almost 5.5
you gotta
hours.
call. You gotta call and close it out. Call the Maryland.
Okay. All right. Why don't we do it? Hang on. I gotta
That's it. That's it. And then we'll let the people who have been listening the whole time rate who their favorite call was. And so that way everybody can tell us that Liam is clearly their favorite closer.
Yeah, it's not gonna be close either. Hang on, I gotta figure out where my headphones just died. So give me 1 second.
Go get your track phone, bro.
Go get your track phone.
BlackBerry.
Refill those minutes.
BlackBerry.
Dude, I never got to have a BlackBerry, actually. I'm kind of bummed about that.
I never did either. Yeah. And then when they came out with the touch screen BlackBerry, I didn't even get that one either. But that wasn't the popular one. It was the one before that. Yeah.
No. So they had Eric, what I said was there's 3 options: what you want, what you need, and what you'll take. Those were the 3 options. Yeah, so I was an authorized retailer for Verizon and Sprint for a long time. I made way more money selling trade-in phones on Craigslist than I did actually selling contracts. But those touchscreen Blackberries were it for a little bit. The worst part of a BlackBerry though is it would take like 15 minutes to restart that phone. So if your phone ever died, it was a wrap.
I was an intern. I was an intern at I don't know, some IT thing. And I was an intern. I was broke. I had like a freaking, I don't know, flip phone. And all the execs had the BlackBerry. And I was like, dude, that must be so fucking cool to have a little screen there and a keyboard. And I was looking at them, damn, dude.
Gene, how old are you, man? I know you're not supposed to ask a lady how old they are. So if I'm being disrespectful,
I'm 34. I'm 34.
Okay. Yeah, so I remember when I got out of, so I joined the military in 99, right? I got deployed 2001. And it was funny because before I left, not that many people had a cell phone. When I came back, everybody had a cell phone. It was crazy. Like the 400 minutes plan for unlimited nights and weekend was like the plan that everybody was getting.
Oh shit, nights and weekends.
Yeah, that was it. It was crazy how quickly it happened, at least for where I was, because when I left, I didn't have a cell phone. When I came back, it was just everybody had one.
You know what was even funny about those plans as they started to progress? Like you could start your nights and weekends at 7 for an extra $100.
Exactly.
Man, the struggle.
Yeah. Those things were good, man. My favorite part was having all of the adapters to the Nokia, right? As you had the little light up antennas. I had the light up batteries.
Yeah, at least you could play the snake game on that one.
Oh, that snake game went hard. People don't know about the snake game.
Liam's like, what are these old fogies talking about?
I still have the Nokia, man. And I have one, a truck ran over it. A truck literally drove over, like a pickup truck, and it's still.
Hey, Eugene, you got to pop a little bit more balance on the account so I can take somebody down.
All right, that's what I do, man. Is I put balance on people's accounts, man. That's what I do. Sometimes put, sometimes take.
Man, I got to re-energize myself, or I'm gonna sound like a zombie on this phone. I got a plan though. You guys are about to see. You guys are about to witness some greatness.
We're gonna let the people speak afterwards, Liam. They gonna vote for you, man. We got your back.
Liam, which one of the 3 accounts?
I can't even hear you guys because my headphones are dead. So they'll charge in like a minute here.
Liam, which one of the 3 accounts? You got 3 accounts on here. Oh, he can't hear me?
Yeah, I don't think he can hear you. I was in the Navy, Brandon.
It must be this account that he just logged into. Okay.
All right, Eric,
Eric, no, man.
We talking about phones still? Man, my first phone was a flip phone. I didn't always start off with.
Which one?
It was
the Razor.
No, it wasn't that cool. No, it wasn't that cool. It was just some shitter phone, really. It was
see that they need a
you
Razor
can find at like Verizon for like $22.
The Razor's coming back. Yeah.
Is it really?
Okay, low key.
There's a Razor smartphone with a screen now.
Yeah. It looks kind of nice, man. I'll tell you what. Man, if I weren't involved in the social media scape, I would totally get rid of my phone and get a flip phone. Dude, I spend way too much time on that thing. I've set my phone up, right? Like I'm in, the young generation, way too obsessed with our phones. I've set my phone up so I can't go on it at certain times of the day. Apps get blocked after certain times. Like I can't do social media after stuff. Because otherwise I just fucking scroll. It's a problem.
I could totally see Liam being the type of dude that just moves to Costa Rica off grid, wears nothing but flip-flops every day for the rest of his life.
There was a couple months in my high school where if you had a Razor, your reproductive chances like went up. It was like a couple month window where Razor was like dope. I'm pretty sure it was high school.
I'm taking a look at this guy here, Laurel, Maryland.
Let's go.
Filled out like 40 minutes ago.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's been really fun training Jen and Munif. I mean, we've been doing the training stuff for a very, very long time, but training them specifically for this on the time clock, it's just different. And while I was sitting there today, man, I wanted to just hop on a calls. It just made me want to get in the ring and compete again. It's really, really hard, I think, for somebody who just when you're a closer like you have that competitive vibe. It's hard to sit in a competition and not jump in.
Daniel, what's your course linkity link? How can people get to that?
I would just have them go to the website danieltheq.com and they can pre-register. I got my contracts from my attorney back last night. We're filing all of our edits, so those should be live, and we'll be officially launching with the pre-launch starting next week.
Nice.
How come you were in it, Daniel? I feel like there's some, again, personal opinion. I love the Closer Olympics and everything, but I think you should have been in it, bro.
I appreciate it. All fairness, Elijah reached out to me directly and asked me to compete.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just with me launching the course.
Well, now I know you're scared, so thank you for the answer.
Yeah. It was the fear that got me. Yeah.
I'm just kidding, bro.
You know what?
I didn't know
Guys,
that.
I don't actually know if I've announced this yet. I don't know if I was supposed to announce it today in the live, but next week, listen.
You told me
listen,
about it.
I was offered a spot just straight up in the Olympics. They're like, okay, cool. We got enough spots. You're a known closer. Hop in there. Nah, come on. That's what RJ is doing. That's what all the people who don't want to prove themselves are doing. So what I'm doing next on Group 6, I am competing with all the other qualifiers, or I'm competing with that group. So I'm gonna go through qualifiers, and I'm going through day 1 of the Olympics. So I could have had a chance to take 2 separate buys. No, I just want to get some extra dubs under the belt.
Maybe they'll just let me compete in the next tryouts, and then my score doesn't count. I just want to see where I rank. Like, I don't need to advance. I just want to see where I rank next to everybody else.
I could tell you, being a judge on that thing was pretty fun. On the second week, I think it was, or third week.
Yeah. I asked Elijah to be a judge.
That was a good time.
I did ask Elijah if he would let me be a judge, and he laughed at me. It was very embarrassing. I was like, okay, well, you don't have to be so rude about it, Elijah. Jesus.
He should have asked him, bro. You must be laughing for a reason.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay if he doesn't know yet, Max, and that's okay. We all learn at our own pace, right?
All right, I'm calling my guy Tyrone D.
Tyrone's a deal, bro. I can feel it already.
That's a whole deal.
Yeah, I'm feeling it too.
You
guys just do comps for me. I'm not even gonna look at the property.
Is it in the chat?
I don't think I've ever heard Liam on a call. This is gonna be fun.
Liam's a closer, bro.
Was that the Maryland one, Liam? Something else.
No, yeah, Maryland. I think.
Manny sent it straight. All right, you know what? Check this out. This is. We do not stand for that. We do not stand for that.
Lead, bro.
Time. FaceTime.
People, the time is now for the triple dial. We got 2 in. That's not enough. First time he let it ring a couple of times. Second time he denied it right away. Third time is going straight through. See my target. This guy is East Coast. It's like 9:30 for him right now. Maybe it's 10:30. I don't even know what time it is.
Right.
It's late. He just filled this thing out recently, so I know he's interested in selling. I just got this whole video demonetized. This better be worth it. Let's do it. Come on, people.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
I'll leave him a voicemail though.
6020293 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Mr. Tyrone, I am so upset you didn't answer the phone, my friend. I was looking to buy your property. You just filled it out on my website. You can give me a call back at this number, or text me, or FaceTime me, whatever you prefer. We can get in touch with each other, and I will give you a whole bunch of cash. So yeah, give me a call back, boss. See you later.
You hope.
So again, is that me getting?
Somebody's that going?
Think Liam. Music.
I can't hear anything.
That's Liam.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh shoot, were you guys looping like back into each other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's so funny. My
So
bad.
what?
I try.
So what do you think about voicemails, Daniel?
I like, for me, from a time standpoint, it's not worth leaving them. I think if you're gonna leave them, you may as like there. I see the logic in both of them. I personally don't. I definitely see the logic in both.
And I know Liam has thought. I know why he did what he did right now, but I like doing the cliffhanger voicemail. I've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
It's just really simple, straight to the point. It works. I mean, the response rate's pretty high. Where it's like, "Hey, it's Max. I was calling about 123 Main Street because click." And then they'll call me back and they're like, well, your call got cut off. What's going on with my property? So that's about the extent. Same thing with text. Like, I'll just shoot a text and say, "Hey, it's Max. Please give me a call." Leave it very vague just to get the engagement going.
Yeah, I think that if you're gonna do it, you got to be intentional, right? Like, I think with sales, you got to be intentional. You got to have fun with it. So I think a cliffhanger voicemail is really good. The one Yvonne just put right here I love that. Send a text saying, "Hey, I called 3 times. I'm worried about you. Is everything okay?" Right? You're gonna get people to respond to that, right? And then when you get them on the call, you would be surprised at what you can get away with if you do it with confidence.
Oh yeah.
Having fun with it's key. If you come in way too serious, man, you're just gonna come across serious.
Yeah.
People like people who have fun. I got another lead that I just pulled down right here.
Oh.
Mr. Juan Garcia. This guy's in Effort, Pennsylvania. So we got going.
Juan's ready. Are these people that just fill out the form like recently?
This one's recent. Not.
Damn.
We do sometimes. We'll do like on our calls that we do for the nightly dial. We'll do
Please
like
leave your message.
word of the day,
Mhm.
where they just have to do like the words that they use.
Oh yeah.
And you just got to sneak it in, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes they'll be
Juan, my friend, you
just
just filled out my website. You're looking to sell your home? Yes, sir. Can you hear
It
me?
wasn't just now. It was like a few hours.
Juan, you just filled out my website, I believe. You're looking to get an offer on your home, right? So, yep, you sound tentative about it. You're not interested?
Excuse me?
You sound a little bit tentative.
Oh, no. I'm driving. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay, man. No worries, no worries. Say, listen, do you mind if I explain how these calls usually go just so we can set a baseline, get a time limit on this? It's late. I want to get you off the phone.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, first off, my name's Liam. And then the second thing is, what I usually do is we're just going to cover a little bit about the property, what's going on with it. And then after that, I'll see if I can get you an offer that makes sense for you, okay?
Okay.
Beautiful. Well, I mean, usually what I'd like to start with is what's going on with the thing? You're looking to sell it for a reason. Is it burned down? Is it good condition? What am I looking at here?
Well, I live in the property. The house is in good condition. I'm in the middle of remodelation now to finish it for put it in the market. But if I got a good offer, I can sell it as is. You know, no problem.
Mm-hmm. So you live in there right now.
Yes.
And then you have a place that you're looking to go to next?
Yep.
I see.
I think it's a
Well,
tenant
I'm certain
occupied.
you've put some work into this thing, man. I know that you're living in a nice spot. This house has got to be in good shape, huh?
Working on it. I say I just put it on it. New tile floor in the kitchen. New tile floor in the living room and the dining room. The information you got in the website is wrong because you have a 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom and a half. And all the information is in the website. They have it wrong there.
I see. Okay, so what's the correct information here?
You know what I mean?
What's the correct information then? So it's how many beds and bath?
Okay, it's 3 bedroom, 2 full bathrooms.
I see. Okay. Yep.
3
Alright.
bedroom, 2 full bathroom, living room, dining room, and the kitchen. And the laundry room. Because I make the laundry room and the kitchen space.
Well, there you go. Okay.
All insulation is new. All drywall is new. It's been fresh paint because I'm working on it now. And the roof will be replaced too because I'm working with the material right now.
I had the business, the general construction, so I do report the remodel from my side.
And were you doing that remodeling yourself?
Yes.
But you put so much work into this thing. Why are you looking to move out of there? Juan, you there, boss? He hasn't hung up. I think the line's... Oh, call failed. All right, let me call him back.
Someone's like, it's 16 people. What is that? Is that...
When he answers, just be like, "Mira, Juan, ¿qué es lo que está pasando, papi?"
Estás haciendo remodelation.
Yo, I think the call just dropped.
Yeah, it's on the spot when I drive and the communication is going.
That's okay. No worries, man. What I asked before was, you just put so much work into the home. Why are you looking to sell it?
Well, I explained to you, I had a small business, the construction business, and to go into the business of flip house, you know what I mean?
So you bought this as an investment?
Yes.
I see. So you flipped it already. You already put all the work in, and it's pretty much perfect, ready to go.
Of course.
So why didn't you list it on the market?
Because I'm working on it, you know what I mean? I have to I go working with the roof. The last time I go put in the market, the value for the house, I get the realtor coming to my house, and she give me the price for 185. I have the papers. The thing is, I had to finish on as fast, but I got sick, and I'm in the hospital that time, and I don't can finish it what I want to finish. You know what I mean?
Yep. Okay. But
that's what I explained to you. Everything is refreshed inside to the house, include the bathrooms. It's gonna be fresh bathroom. It's nothing the old style bathroom because I make it style that. The only thing I had to go do it through now is the roof. It's not leaking, but I have to replace it because it's old.
Sure, that's the last thing. But here's the question I have for you then. So you understand when you came to our website, we're investors as well, right?
Okay.
With us being investors, it would be very difficult for us to pay completely market price because how do we make money on it there? We got to get some type of a deal.
I can understand that. Okay, that's the deal for you. This is the deal for you. If your offer is good, I go give it to you. Another land is the half acres. I have it 1106. It's on the side to the house.
So you said that you have another lot next to it that you'd package into it.
Yes.
For the same price?
You're talking about around the $70,000 to $20,000 land there because they have acres.
So
it's different address. You can make another house there and make it or sell it, and you make it most to be good money there.
Okay, and so that's just like going to a gas station, buy one, get one free. I'm getting this thing, I'm getting a lot next to it, huh?
That's a promotion.
Something like that?
I say the offer is good, I let it go because I don't want to keep it. I don't want to keep just the land like that, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it would probably be a pain in the ass just to hang on to that by itself, huh?
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to deal with just the land like that, have it paid tax for no reason. So I got it. I gonna let you know what I got. Because I say the front door I replaced it already. I working with the paint job outside with the siding. The steps I make a new. It's a lot of changes in the house right now.
Yep.
And the offer I got it right now in the hands is 110,000.
Yep.
And I can prove to you I had the papers.
Well, I believe it. I mean, you've been honest to me this far. I don't need papers quite yet.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the offer I got. But I know I get it because I put all. I explained to you living room, dining room, and the kitchen. I put new tile on it, and that work it cost me almost $6,000 job. You know what I mean?
All right, now you're just trying to sell me. Come on, you're just trying to bump my price up. I know what you're doing here. Come on. You're a smart
go
guy.
to your offer, make me the offer, and you take a vote for the same price.
Well, listen, I'm just looking at this from a perspective of if I can make money and you can make money. Now, obviously, you put all the work in. You got to make a lot more money than I will, and that's fine. But as long as I can come into this and I think I can make some money, that's what I'm looking for. Now, the lot next to it, half acre. We're just going to assume that's going to be calculated in, right?
What do you say?
We're just going to assume the lot next door is just added on, right?
Yep.
So what's the deal with the fire damage?
What fire damage?
What fire damage? My team, because I sent this over to my underwriters, they're bringing up something about fire damage. Are you saying there's not any fire damage?
No.
No. What was it like when you bought it? Was it just really run down? I see that you got it 2020.
Well, I bought this property in the 2020, right?
Yep.
And the reason I bought it in the price, because I know you see the price I bought it before, is because they have a drug deal place and here in the laboratory in the basement. So when the cat coming, they take it, they open all the walls to try and find money. You know what I mean? So I bought it, basically what I bought it is just the case for the house.
I see what you're saying. I think I was looking at the roof of the home, and the roof was looking like it had some scorch marks on it, burn marks.
No, that's the old roof. It's nothing fire. It's the old shingle. So the shingle is the treetop shingle. You know what I mean? And it's old. It's nothing fire at all in the house.
Yep. Okay.
I say everything is replaced because I put a new drywall, new insulation.
Sure. Man, how much does all this cost? You're doing this big renovation. How much does it cost you? You bought it for 20?
Well, for now, I got to tell you something because I live in the last 3 years here.
You've been living in it.
Put attention how much money I investment because I just do the job because I want to live it better.
Well, I like to hear that. How much have you spent on the renovations?
Right now, I never sit down to see my receipt. I just put the stamp and put it on it.
What's your ballpark?
Excuse me?
An estimate.
Well, the insulation, drywall, not 20, 25, 30,000.
Is you're all in like 50 grand?
Yeah, around there.
Okay.
Well, with the roof, it could be around 60 with complete total.
I see. Okay. Well, how much do you want to make on the deal? You put the time and effort into flipping it. You lived there for a while. You know, you put some time into this. How much do you want to make?
I told you. That's the offer I got. I got 2 offers. No lying to you. I approved. I got a 195. I got a 1 for 95. Just the house with just the house. And no include the land. And I got it for 110 for both. But I know sign the paper for this company because he send me the offers, I start put the tile floor already. So I could be lost another $5,000 there, you know what I mean? That's why I no signed it for them.
So you got one for, you said 95, not 195, 95?
No, 95.
95, and that was without the lot, and you got one for 110. And then you didn't want to take that one?
I almost signed it, but when I gave the papers, I started working with the floor, so it's not work for me that time.
I see. So you had just started working on the floor. You figure, I'm already this far into it, might as well see it through?
Yeah, because what I have to do, the roof, I do in 2-3 days. Because I got to replace everything new.
Mm-hmm.
Do the plywood, I go put everything new. There is no just the shingle. And I go use architect shingle for that. So if I put everything down, I can go for around, at least I can sell a fund for 160, 155. I know that.
you could sell it for 155. I mean, how much do you want for it? If I told you 110, would you hang up on me?
You make the offer when somebody make it already when I spend another couple thousands already, you know what I mean? Tires.
Well, I was just asking if you'd hang up on me if I offered that. I'm just getting a baseline.
Not really, but usually I go say no because I put a lot. I started spending a lot of money more when I get that offer. You know what I mean?
Yep. Okay. Juan, I'm in a deal-making mood, man. Just tell me what you want. Just tell me the number that you're interested in, and I'll tell you if I can do it, okay?
Had to be 120. I put a lot of work already inside of right now.
120. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna put you on hold. I have to call my underwriter because he's at home. It's late for him right now. I just gotta give him a call. You're on my business phone, so I'll just put you on hold, give him a call, and I'll be right back with you in just like 2 minutes, okay? All right, now we're gonna mute up and just sit. Wait, hang on, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
So it's crazy because you saw how small that house is, right? And it's saying it's a 1,300 square feet.
Yeah, it doesn't seem right. Nothing looks tiny.
It doesn't seem right. So I went off the square footage, but then I looked at the house. I'm like, man, something's not right here. So if the square footage is right, then we're conservatively somewhere around 200,000. There are some that have sold as is for 160, 165. It looks like, but they're better properties, bro. Like they don't even match that house. You know what I'm saying? Like they're different properties. I think 120 is going to be too high for all the work he's saying. You got to get this thing under 100, bro.
You could go for an option if you won't take less, and then walk him down after.
But you could, yeah. That's what I did today with the lady in Kingman. I did an option.
Option. What price would you think? What price would you think you'd do that?
So the purpose for an option would be to get him at his price and just basically use the market against him and say, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think this is the right number. I think you should be here, but I'm going to take your word for it. How about you do this? I'm not going to make you a promise, but I'll give you the option, the contract at your price. And then I'm going to go and talk to the people that I do business with and see if it's a deal for them because it's not a deal for me. And I'll come back and tell you what they said.
Yeah, I would start off with just saying, hey, man, looks like 120, we're going to be too far apart. Usually when this happens, there's two things. We have a large investment network that we can show the property to, but I would need a one-page permission slip for you to sign, and that's the option. That's how you usually introduce the option. And then what Daniel said is like on point with those, yeah.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out what price. I mean, my cash price, I'm thinking it's got to be around, I'm going to say 90 here.
100 is going to be probably the highest, but you don't want to hit that, right? You don't want to be at the highest. So
yeah,
between 95 and 100.
Yep.
But if you can't, then you do the option and say, you know, hey, and then that way you gather offers, you come back to them and say, dude, everybody is coming in at, let's say they're coming in at 110, you're going to tell him 105 and you make that 5K in between.
I'm going to unmute him here.
All right, cool.
Mr. Juan, you still there, my friend?
Yes, I'm here.
Well, I got some news. I don't know if it's good news. I don't know if it's bad news. It's some news for you. What my underwriter told me after taking a look at the property is you should have gone with that offer at 110, man. That seemed like a pretty smart thing. Looking at similar properties in the area, it is nicer. They don't have all the same issues that it had before. Landscape's nicer. He said that kind of makes it tough to figure out really what it would be worth. It drops it down.
What did you say?
It drops it down. Right?
Hello?
Yes, sir. What did you say?
I can't hear you. What do you say? Repeat again.
I was saying that my underwriter told me that it would make most sense that you should have gone with that other offer. The one at 110.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm no hurry. Thank you.
That's it. That 120 is as low as you can possibly go, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. I know what I got, and I know what is the. I know it's not only you are the first person text me today or call me for that property, and I have different companies text me today. So I'm no hurry, I'm no hungry about money, so it's no problem.
Yeah, that makes sense. I see exactly what you're saying. How much time do you think until you get that roof on it?
3 days.
You said 3 days? You're moving quick?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm a contractor, so I know what I'm doing. So.
Now, just double checking here. That 120 price is with the roof done. The house is it's finalized. That's it. There's nothing else.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Still just a bit high for us, I think, unfortunately, man. Listen, I'll tell you what my plan is. It's late for my underwriters right now. I don't know if he did his best job. I got all your information, so I'll have him take a look at the packet tomorrow morning. He's going to be fresh and ready. I'll be right in his ear. And then I'll just give you a call back tomorrow morning, okay? All right, bye, one.
Yeah, he's crazy. But I mean, I know where he's coming from. He's invested, but still.
Yeah, at first what I thought was going on in that situation was he couldn't get the money together to finish putting the roof on. But if he's going to have that thing done in 3 days, Juan Garcia, dude's Mexican, he's got a crew of people, he's just going to get that shit done in 3 days. It's going to be good work too.
Yeah. Well, at least that's what he said, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess remains to be seen. We got an inspection contingency up in there.
Yeah, Liam, I don't know how familiar you are with options, bro, but I'm gonna tell you right now.
I never do them. Yeah, I never do them.
Dude, they come in so clutch, and I think for a competition, when getting a contract signed, like that's gonna be that could be a wild card that you pull out your pocket. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, man, there was a while when the market was shifting, 80% of the contracts we sent were option contracts because we didn't know where the market was going, right? So it's either walk away from the deal or make an offer we can't keep. Yeah. So we just went with options. They come in really, really handy.
I've been using options for probably the last 5 years, and they like you're not gonna make those big rips, but you make 5, 10, sometimes 15 grand, just the difference. But they come in clutch. I agree with Daniel.
Interesting. It might be after something to implement.
5 points is 5 points.
Exactly. Good call though, bro. Honestly, yeah. I like it.
We don't have anybody here to score us, but this is
especially for talking to a guy with an accent and stuff like that, understanding. So that's awesome, bro. That's really good.
Yeah. He had a thick accent.
Like to have fun with it.
Yeah, exactly. I probably would
listen back on that. I'm gonna listen back on that one. That one, I think there's a couple areas of improvement, but it was a fun call nonetheless.
That was good.
Beautiful, guys. Now it's almost 9 o'clock here where I'm at. My girlfriend's been wondering where I'm at. What do you guys say we call this thing?
I think it's funny that you got two Latin guys, if I'm correct, and Liam got the
Spanish speaker.
Yeah, right. Come on, man. You gotta do a little.
We gotta do this again. I love it.
Beautiful. All right, man. Guys, this was a lot of fun. We'll get something like this, dude. We had like 60 people watching this whole time. They had a lot of fun. I hope you guys got some value from it. Absolutely. Check out everybody's links. They're somewhere in the comment, but shit.
Yes, sir.
I think that's it.
Appreciate you guys. Great hanging with y'all.
Yeah, great hanging with you guys. Later.
Have a good one.
Boom. There it is.